So every Sufi group believe Allah is everywhere, even if they practice a mild version of Sufism. So take for example the Deobandis and the Tabligis. They are Sufis. The Brahmi is a Sufi order. Don't think the only Sufi order is the Tijaniyah, the Shadhiliyah. Tijaniyah, which is found in West Africa and North Africa, or the Naqshbandiyah, which is found in Europe. And the leader is Snake Nazim of Cyprus. Bilal Phillips gave him the title Snake Nazim of Cyprus, who said, I have the mobile number of the Prophet, his cell number, and I ring the Prophet up for my fatwas. I have direct connection to the Prophet because I have his mobile number, his cell number, and all his murids believe him. If the Sheikh said it, then it is the truth, because Sheikhs don't lie. That's only the Sufi order, the Naqshbandiyah and the Chishtiya Tariqa, which is found in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. What about the Tablighi Jama'ah and the Brahmis? They are a Sufi order. The Deobandis is a Sufi order. The Brahmi is a Sufi order. I put it to you, every Sufi order believe that Allah is everywhere. A'udhu billah, a'udhu billah. We are going to use Quran and Sunnah to flush this dodgy aqidah down the drain. Now, these people who say Allah is everywhere, they say we follow Abu Hanifah. Why? Abu Hanifah, when he was alive, he used to make takfir on people who say Allah is everywhere. Okay, admins, bring me the saying of Abu Hanifah found in Aqidah Tahawiyah. Shar Aqidah Tahawiyah. Big lie. Okay, I'm going to read to you the fatwa of Abu Hanifah to prove to you that the people today who say we follow Abu Hanifah is nothing but a big lie. Listen to the Aqidah of Abu Hanifah and tell me if it coincides with the Hanafis of today. Because the Hanafis today, they believe Allah is everywhere. Abu Hanifah radiallahu anhu, rahimahullah, radiallahu anhu is for Sahabas, rahimahullah is for scholars. And hafidhahullah if the scholar is still alive. Rahimahullah if the scholar is dead. Alayhi salam for prophets. Sallallahu alayhi wasallam for Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Karramallah wajhahu, that is bid'ah. Ali ibn Abi Talib, karramallah wajhahu, that is a bid'ah. When the Shiites say Ali, they said karramallah wajhahu, that saying is nothing but a bid'ah. Karramallah wajhahu. We don't say that. Listen to the Aqidah of Abu Hanifah and tell me if Abu Hanifah had the Aqidah of the people today who say we are Hanafis. You'll see for yourself what they claim is nothing but a big lie. Abu Hanifah, rahimahullah, when he was asked of his opinion of the one who says, I do not know whether Allah is above the heavens or on the earth. And this is one of the questions I asked the white revert, where is Allah? And she told me, above the heavens. Over the Arsh, above the heavens. That was the first question I asked her. Abu Hanifah, rahimahullah, said, when he was asked about his opinion of the one who says, I don't know whether Allah is above the heavens or on earth. Abu Hanifah said, he is a kafir. He is a disbeliever. He has disbelieved. Because Allah says, the most merciful rose above the throne. Ar-Rahman al-Arsh Istawa. Surah 20 verse 5. And his throne is above his 7 heavens. The 7 heavens. He was then asked, what if the man said that Allah is above his throne, but he does not know whether the throne is in the heavens or the throne is on earth? Abu Hanifah said, he is a kafir. Because he has denied that he is above the heavens, and whoever denied that he is above the heavens has disbelieved. Shar Aqidah Tahawiyah. Aqidah Tahawiyah, this is a textbook for your Aqidah. This book is the most important book in the Ummah for Aqidah. So Abu Hanifah used to make takfir on people who did not believe Allah is over the Arsh. that Allah rose over the Arsh. So how can you say, I am Hanafi, and you don't have his Aqidah? For you to say, I am Hanbali, or Hanafi, or Maliki, you have to follow the Aqidah and the fiqh of the person. So you can't say, I'm going to follow his fiqh, but not his Aqidah, and then say, okay, I'm Hanafi. You have to follow his fiqh plus his Aqidah. And Abu Hanifah said that the Aqidah, the tawheed, that is fiqh al-akbar. Is the greatest fiqh. Not how to make wudu, or to make ghusl, or to fast, or to make hajj, or to make umrah. That's not the greatest fiqh. The greatest fiqh is for you to learn your tawheed. When the Rasul sent Mu'adh ibn Jabal to Yemen, he said, you are going to come across Ahlul Kitab, Jews and Christians, the people of the book. The first thing you should invite these people to is what? The tawheed of Allah. First thing you should invite the people to when you go to Yemen, Mu'adh ibn Jabal, is not for them to stop drinking or eating pork. That's not what you should invite them to, or to abandon riba. The first thing you should invite these people to when you go to Yemen is the tawheed of Allah. La ilaha illallah. Nothing deserves to be worshipped but Allah. I wish a member of Al-Muhajirun would have been in the room to hear the hadith. In the UK, we call the people to tawheed, and when they have tawheed in their lives, then we invite them to Sharia. In the UK, we call the people to tawheed, and when they love Allah and believe in Allah alone, then we invite them to Sharia. How on earth a person can abandon alcohol, zina, prostitution, when they don't even believe in Allah? You answer that question. You, the person who is calling for Sharia in the UK. How on earth a black and white kafir in the UK will abandon his zina and khamr and his casino when he doesn't even believe in Allah? And even if he believes in Allah, he doesn't even know who Allah is. He thinks Jesus is God. How on earth? And because of that, I put it to you that the manhaj is the manhaj of the Rasul ﷺ and the manhaj of Mu'adh ibn Jabal. What did he say to him? When you go to Yemen, the first thing you should invite the people to is the tawheed of Allah. That is the manhaj. Invite to tawheed first. You are guilty of putting the cart before the horse. And only a joker in the pack would put the cart before the horse. They claim Allah is everywhere. Why every Sufi group say Allah is everywhere? Do you know the secret behind it? What is the big secret? This is the $1 million question. Why every Sufi say Allah is everywhere? That is the $1 million question. Because the reason why people practice Sufism is to accomplish Wahdatul Wujud, to attain Wahdatul Wujud. Wahdatul Wujud. The reason why they preach that Allah is everywhere is because the whole purpose of practicing Sufism is to attain, to accomplish Wahdatul Wujud. Tablighi Jama'ah believe in Wahdatul Wujud, but you have to be high up in their ranks for them to tell you that they believe in Wahdatul Wujud. If you were clever, you would know that the Tablighis believe in Wahdatul Wujud. You know why? Because when you go for 40 days with them, or 4 months, they say Ibn Arabi Rahimahullah. What do they say? Ibn Arabi Rahimahullah. Ibn Arabi was the kafir who introduced Wahdatul Wujud to the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Wahdatul Wujud means I can become so righteous Look at me. I am so righteous. I am so righteous, I have now become Allah. Taqwa is so high. I am so righteous. I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't gamble, I don't womanize, I don't do drugs. I keep up my 5 daily prayers. I even fast on Mondays and Thursdays. Look at me, I'm so righteous. I have now become Allah because Allah has now possessed me. So Wahdatul Wujud is called union, translated as union into English. In Arabic we say Wahdatul Wujud. The whole purpose of practicing Sufism is to attain Wahdatul Wujud. So if they believe Allah is over the Arsh, above the heavens, Wahdatul Wujud cannot take place. In order for them to facilitate their creed of Wahdatul Wujud, they have to promote the belief that Allah is everywhere. This is the secret why the Sufis believe Allah is everywhere. They are trying to promote this belief to facilitate their concept of Wahdatul Wujud. A man can become so pious until he becomes Allah. And when he becomes Allah, he doesn't need to pray anymore because there is nobody for him to pray to. And when he becomes Allah, everything which is haram has now become halal for him. That is the creed of Wahdatul Wujud. The Tablighi Jama'at, when they say Ibn Arabi, they say Rahimahullah. The Prophet Muhammad said, if you give honor and respect to a biddati, a person of biddah, you are helping to destroy Islam. Please bring me the hadith, a very famous hadith. Man akrama sahib al-bid'ah faqad a'an ala hadm al-Islam. Anybody who gives honor and respect to a biddati, a person of bid'ah, you are doing what? You are helping to destroy Islam. Please bring me the hadith. You have 5 seconds to find the hadith. It's a very, very famous hadith. You say Ibn Arabi, Rahimahullah. How can you give respect to a man who introduced the creed of Wahdatul Wujud to the Ummah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? No, the Prophet Muhammad said, not Ibn Arabi, not Abu Hanifah. The Prophet said, those who give respect to a biddati, the one who practice innovation in religion, surely will be counted as a helper of destroying Islam. Yes. A very famous hadith. Said it, not Abu Hanifah. This is a hadith. Those who show respect to a biddati, a person who add to Islam or subtract from Islam with his bid'ah, you are helping to destroy al-Islam. That's what you're doing. So how can you say Ibn Arabi, Rahimahullah? How can you give respect to a man who believes that we can become Allah? All you need to do is to become pious, and when you become pious, you become Allah. Then they have the audacity to quote a hadith to support their creed. The Prophet said, a man becomes pious until he's become Allah's hands. This is a hadith Qudsi. My servant draws near to me with actions that are fard, the wajibat, the fara'id. And then he keeps on drawing near to me with actions that are nawafil, the sunnah acts. Until I love him, and when I love him, his hands become my hands, his feet become my feet, his eyes become my eyes. The Sufi said, look, Allah said, when you draw near to him with the nawafil, the sunnah, your hands become his hands, your eyes become his eyes, your feet become his feet. So this hadith is our evidence that a man can become Allah. This is the hadith that proves to us that Wahdatul Wujud can take place. The shar for the hadith means when you become pious, your eyes are guided by Allah. You don't look at haram things. Your feet are guided. You don't go to haram places like brothels and pubs. You don't go clubbing and pubbing because your feet are guided. Your hands are guided. You don't steal or kill. This is the meaning of the hadith. Now, we are going to refute those who say Allah is everywhere. It is the aqidah of the Ash'ari and the Mu'tazila and the Shia. Approximately 7 people have this aqidah. Allah is everywhere. The Tablighi, the Deobandi, the Shiites, the Sufis, the Ash'ari, the Mu'tazila. The Mu'tazila. Refute their aqidah. First of all, when the Prophet saw the slave girl, somebody hit his slave girl. And he came to the Prophet and he was sad that he hit his slave girl. The Prophet intervened. The Prophet said to the slave girl, "Who am I?" She said, "You are Muhammad, the messenger of Allah." He said, "Where is Allah?" The first question was, "Where is Allah?" And the second question, "Who am I?" So the Prophet asked about Allah first. Where is Allah? She replied, "Above the heavens." And she pointed with her finger. Then the Prophet said, "Who am I?" She said, "You are the messenger of Allah." The Prophet said, "Set her free because she is a believer." The Sufi would have said, "Keep her in captivity because Allah is not above the heavens, Allah is everywhere." So a goofy Sufi doesn't believe that Allah is above the heavens. The Prophet said, "Set her free because she's a believer." A goofy Sufi and a shady Shiite, a beleaguered Barelvi, they will say, "Keep her in captivity because Allah is not above the heavens, Allah is everywhere." We believe Allah is everywhere in knowledge, not in person. That's our creed. Allah is everywhere in knowledge, not in person. Because Allah is not in the brothel. And Allah is not in the toilet. Allah is not in the casino. A real Muslim would never go to a brothel because it's beneath his dignity and prestige. So if you would never go to a brothel because it's beneath your dignity and prestige, why do you believe Allah is there? Are you trying to say you have more dignity than Allah? You have more izzah than Allah? No wonder Abu Hanifah used to pronounce people like you as kafirs when you say Allah is everywhere. You have to believe Allah is over the Arsh. I've brought you the evidence from the Hadith. I will now bring you the evidence from the Quran, the very best. Allah said in Surah 20 verse 5, Ar-Rahman al-Arsh Istawa. This is the surah that Omar heard when Iman entered his heart and he took Shahada. Taha, A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim. Taha, ma anzalna alayka al-Qur'an litashqa illa tadhkiratan liman yakhsha. تنزيلا ممن خلق الأرض والسماوات العلى الرحمن على الأرش استوى. This is the surah Omar heard when Iman entered his heart. Ar-Rahman على الأرش استوى. Allah rules over the throne in a way that befits his dignity and majesty. Then we are going to bring you another ayah, Surah 67 verse 16. أَمِنْتُمْ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاءِ أَنْ يَخْسِفَ بِكُمُ الْأَرْضَ فَإِذَا هِيَ تَمُورُ. Do you, Surah Mulk verse 16. Feel yourself secure that the one who is over the Arsh, over the heavens, will make the earth quake with you with a violent earthquake? Do you feel yourself secure against Allah, who is over the heavens, that He'll make the earth quake with you? But to memorize the Quran and brag and boast about being a Hafiz, yet you don't believe in these ayahs of the Quran. Don't you know the Prophet Muhammad said the Quran is a hujjah, an argument for you or against you? Why do you brag and boast? I am a Hafiz, yet you don't believe in the Quran. You choose what aspect of the Quran to believe in. Don't you know the hadith? Please bring me the hadith. The Prophet Muhammad said the Quran will be a hujjah, an argument either for you or against you. To us, by you claiming Allah is over the Arsh, above the heavens, you are trying to limit Allah, and Allah is not limited to time and space. That's their argument. What is the argument? You are seeking to limit Allah, and Allah cannot be limited to time and space. So it is not allowed for you to believe that Allah is over the Arsh. Then they will say to you, where was Allah before He created the Arsh? That means they are trying to take the Mickey. They are making a mockery. Mickey means to take the mockery. Where was Allah before He created His Arsh? Every Sufi will ask you that question. They are trying to ridicule your Aqidah. Where was Allah before He created the Arsh? The answer to the question is easy. Where was Allah before He created the Arsh? The Arsh. That answer is very easy. The answer is Allahu Alam. Don't you know the answer is easy? The answer is Allahu Alam. Allah knows best. Don't commit yourself to an answer which is specific. Say Allahu Alam. That is the best answer. For the hadith, the Quran is an argument for you or against you. Then they say to you, you are the Quran literal, and it's not permissible for you to take the Quran literal. Subhanallah. Look who is talking. Look who is talking. Have you heard about the pot and the kettle? One is laughing at the other and said, you are black. How can the pot is black, the kettle is black? How can you laugh at it? How can you laugh at each other? You are both black. The pot and the kettle. Look who is talking. He's saying, look, listen to what the Sufis say to us. You are taking the Quran literal, and you are not allowed to take the Quran literal. We say to you, you're a munafiq, because nobody takes the Quran literal like a Sufi. Nobody takes the Quran literal like a Sufi. Take Surah Baqarah 115 literal. What a munafiq you are. Take Baqarah 115 literal. Allah Ta'ala said, unto Allah belongs the heavens, and unto Allah belongs the east and the west, the Mashriq and the Maghrib. So wherever you turn your face, you shall find the face of Allah. They said that is our evidence that Allah is everywhere, because Allah said, wherever you turn your face, you'll find the face of Allah. What a munafiq you are, the goofy Sufi. Look who is talking. You're telling us not to take the Quran literal, but you take Baqarah 115 literal. Allah said, وَلِلَّهِ الْمَشْرِقُ الْمَغْرِبُ فَأَيْنَمَا تُوَلُّوا فَثَمَّ وَجْهُ اللَّهِ. Unto Allah belongs the Mashriq, the east, and the west, Maghrib. Maghrib means west. Morocco is called Maghrib because it's the most western Arab country geographically. That's why they call it Maghrib. The most western Arab country geographically. Unto Allah belongs the Mashriq and the Maghrib, the east and the west. Wherever you turn your face, you shall find the face of Allah. You, the goofy Sufi, you take this ayah literally, and you say that is our hujjah, that Allah is everywhere. Look who is talking. You're saying to us, don't take the Quran literal, and you take the Quran literal. It's like the Saudi Salafi who say to the Hanafi, don't follow Abu Hanifah, don't blind follow Abu Hanifah. But you blind follow Bin Baz. Isn't that so? You are criticizing the Hanafis and say, don't blind follow Abu Hanifah. Don't blind follow Imam Malik. Don't blind follow Imam Shafi. Don't blind follow Ahmad ibn Hanbal. That's what the Saudi Salafis preach. But you blind follow Bin Baz. Isn't that so? So you're a munafiq. You preach one thing and you practice something else. You're a hypocrite and a waste of space. What are you? A hypocrite and a waste of space, who preach one thing and practice something else. So you, the goofy Sufi, you're saying to us, don't take the Quran literal, I put it to you that nobody takes the Quran more literal than a goofy Sufi. Joker in the pack. That says, wherever you turn your face, you'll find the face of Allah. The ayah means the knowledge of Allah is everywhere. That's what the ayah means, that Allah sees everywhere. It doesn't mean Allah is everywhere with His that in person. It doesn't mean Allah is everywhere in person. Look who is talking. You are telling us don't take the Quran literal. What a munafiq you are. A hypocrite and a waste of space. Didn't you take Surah 50 verse 16 literally? Another ayah you took literally? Allah said, وَنَحْنُ أَقْرَبْ إِلَيْهِ مِنْ حَبْلِ الْوَرِيدِ. We are closer to you than your jugular vein. You use this ayah, Surah 50 verse 16, to say that is our hujjah, that wahdatul wujud can take place. That Allah can possess a man and the man can become Allah. You use this as your evidence for wahdatul wujud. Allah said, I am closer to you than your jugular vein. You said, because Allah is closer to us than our jugular vein, that is our evidence for wahdatul wujud. You take the Quran literally. So why do you say, when we say Allah is over the Arsh, you say to us, don't take the Quran literally? Look who is talking. What a munafiq you are. What a hypocrite. Nobody, I put it to you, nobody takes the Quran more literal than a Sufi. But he takes the Quran literal when it pleases him. Take the Quran literal? He takes the Quran literal when it suits him. So he keeps chopping and changing. And when it doesn't suit him, he doesn't take it literal. It's like a Shiite. If you debate with a Shiite, sometimes he quote Bukhari, and sometimes he said, I don't believe in Bukhari. Because I debated Shiites here in Paltalk. And when I quote Bukhari, he said, I don't believe in Bukhari. And then 5 minutes later, he himself was quoting from Bukhari. So when a person is a munafiq, they keep chopping and changing. They don't have a set standard. Sometimes they take the Quran literal, and at other times they said we won't take it literal. They keep chopping and changing. And we don't take the Quran literal. That's not true. We Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, do we really take the Quran literal like our enemies say? Our enemies are claiming that we take the Quran literal. But that's not true. Because when Allah Ta'ala said that He forgets the munafiqeen, Tawbah 67, we don't take it literal. 67, we don't take that ayah literally. Allah Ta'ala said, Nasullah, the hypocrites. Am I on the mic? Tawbah 67 literally. Allah said, hypocrites forget Allah, so Allah forget them. We don't take the ayah literally. No Muslim say Allah forgets. They forget me, so I forget them. We don't take it literally. We don't believe Allah forgets. This ayah, we don't take it literally. We say Allah ignore them the way they ignore Allah. So to say we take the Quran literally, that's a big lie. Because if we took the Quran literally, we would have taken Tawbah 67 literally. Allah said, they forget me, so I forget them. Allah doesn't forget. So what is the tafsir? They ignore Allah, so Allah ignore them. That is the tafsir. We don't take the Quran literally. So don't accuse us of taking the Quran literally. That is a big lie.